me get this straight. After our 2-hour conversation, you've deduced that I'm an nymphomaniac. As a child, I thought that word had something to do with midgets. When I was in the 1st grade, I had an unfortunate interaction with a broken reclining chair and a coffee table's corner. With my left eye blackened, my mother brought me to the doctor. "Who slugged you this time?" he said, as though I was someone who people would enjoy punching, particularly in the face. I saw him years later in a bar and he hit on me. I gave him a black eye. I wanted to tell the boy that he shouldn't worry, that the word nymph is feminine, and that men are generally just horny. I did meet a sex addict once. He had the bulbous nose of an alcoholic and was pear-shaped and wore his glasses on a chain around his neck, and I hated him for his addiction because it's hard to get fucked when you're ugly. I got baptized 3 times. Kitchen sink, bathtub, bird bath. My parents didn't know. I lost my virginity on Easter. I was convinced I was going to hell. My parents didn't know. When my friend had an abortion, my other friend sent her a Mother's Day card. My grandfather asked me to sing to him when he was dying. I did, and I blushed, and he never woke up again. My grandmother has gone completely bald. She says that she hopes she's wearing her wig when she dies, but she'll look pretty when she sees my grandfather again. I sing in a band, and my bandmate and I sing a song about Madrid. How the food's weird, how the juice boxes give you dysentery, how the people there are obsessed with hair bands, and so on and so forth. It's a mean song, but people just love it. I believe I wrote the meanest part that people always smile at. I told my bandmate that I wanted Madrid to have a Leonard Cohen quality. I told him this because the best part, the meanest part, makes me really sad. It reminds me of the time I loved you, my love, past tense. After our 782nd fight, I was walking back to my dormitory and noticed that the unmatured pine cones that hung snugly from the tree branches above looked distinctly similar to your uncircumcised penis. I wonder how many people have thought this. Those pine cones will one day mature and drop, and maybe placed on someone's coffee table in a decorative brown wicker basket, or a child might find one and use it to make an owl-like paperweight for her father's desk at work. He'll look at it proudly every day, never realizing that he's a fucking pervert. I love when the worst-looking guy approaches the best-looking girl. It shows that he has huge balls and that the words best and worst are for morons who lack imagination. I recently met a guy who had one eye. The other was gone. He never told me where it went, and I never asked. It was as if his eye was a sock or a Bic lighter he had simply misplaced along the way. 15% of his face was like a small, shallow vagina. I liked it. I thought to offer him one of my eyes, but later decided against it. I thought it may not fit, even though it was the exact same color as his solitary one. If I had given it to him, I'd feel like the best-looking girl. I'm overwhelmingly fascinated by the fact that when a whale dies, it teaches itself. It's the closest thing anything comes to leaving the only world it knows. Now I only see you through the windows of buses and small smoking rooms, and I thank God Almighty I haven't seen your eyes. For I could never hate myself the way you did when you said you loved me and then made me swim to the shoreline. She went on a date with a guy she met on MySpace. I suggested she kill herself. I really like red hair. He tries to talk about using his hands. He fails. She said she didn't like her date because she wore pleated pants. He told me that holding my hand made him feel like a pedophile. He was right. I told her she was shallow. She laughed nervously and searched for solace in the sky. I have a friend who strips a lusty lady.
Maros.
Hi. It's cool. I have a friend who strips a lusty lady. She told me to come visit her. I did. I told her we couldn't be friends anymore. She has hideous breasts. She's still laughing about that. Once on a speedy Moroccan train from Marrakesh to Fez, I looked out the window and saw a dead horse lying between the tracks and a brick wall. Its neck was broken and its ass was bloody. Its stomach was covered in pustules that resembled the bellies of toads. I assumed it had been walking home and was hit from behind by another passing train. My ex-boyfriend was with me, and while I slept, he saw a dead goat and what he referred to as a pile of dead cats, I swear to God. I waited and hoped I would see a person, but it was too late. She had black hair and turquoise corduroy pants, along with a sparkly unicorn t-shirt. She lay there smiling. I started kicking tourists. When they stop in the middle of intersections, thumbs raised like a glorious flag wailing in the wind, and posed next to passed out homeless people while having their loved ones take photos. My dear sweet friend was dating this guy. They stopped seeing each other after he went home on vacation, and she received a text from him at 3 a.m. reading, "I still want to fuck you in the ass and piss on your face." When she texted him back, horrified and confused, he broke it off, explaining simply that the text had not been intended for her. He was foreign. A training prostitute showed me her penis in the Tenderloin once. I have some friends that are like chores. I don't shave my legs enough. I don't do cocaine enough. He doesn't know how to kiss at 33, that parrot-pecking bullshit. The first time I kissed a boy, my lips shook like leaves, like my body on the gurney after I got mugged and dragged by a red Nissan down 2nd Avenue. I was smoking a cigarette and had been eating sushi. She had the biggest penis I've ever seen. This is all fictional. I'm lying to you. Everything I'm telling you right now is a lie. Seriously, I lie like crazy. I swear to God.